Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Mace-Krimmer and I'm the District Communications Director at Dixon Public School. So due to the sheer amount of information that we've put together for parents, we decided that it would be easier to communicate it with another video. This will be just an overview. You'll be receiving all calls over the course of the next couple of weeks regarding specifics. For example, I'm not going to cover things specific to technology or an individual building's procedures. You're going to receive that information later this week. As you can imagine, working out the logistics of COVID safety for our routines was extremely complex. We've used CDC and Carter County Health Department recommendations to put together this plan. We've also made these decisions keeping in mind what is best for student and staff health, morale, and the academic integrity of our school year. Please understand that if we receive direct guidance from the Oklahoma State Department of Education, at any time these plans will have to change. However, this is what we're planning to do beginning with the first day of school on August 5th. So while it is very difficult to socially distance on a bus, we're going to try to make it as safe as possible. We're going to follow these following 5 guidelines. Number 1, if you can drive your student to school or pick them up from school, please do. The fewer students we have on the bus, the more they can distance. Number 2, all students and staff must wear face shields and or face masks while riding the bus. Number 3, we're going to seat students by household, meaning there's going to be a seating chart on each bus route. 4, whenever possible, the windows are going to be down to maximize airflow. And 5, the buses are going to be sanitized following each route. We will take the temperature of every student and staff member every day. If your student rides the bus, they're going to have it taken as they are exiting in the bus line at school. If your student is dropped off at school, they're going to go through one of 4 temperature checkpoints and have their temperature taken while still in the car. So the first one's a new, not a new area, but a new thing that we're offering. We are going to offer free before school early drop-off from 7 a.m. to 7:30 in the parking lot of the elementary cafeteria. When you drop your student off, they're going to have their temperature checked in the car and then walk to where they will be staying until 7:30 a.m. Where they go will be determined by the weather. The second drop-off location is Lower Elementary. That drop-off is the same as it's always been, directly to the east of the Lower Elementary main entrance. The third one is the Upper Elementary. That drop-off is also in the same location as it's been, directly to the west of the Upper Elementary main entrance on Comet Road. And the fourth location is for middle school and high school drop-off. That's going to be the entrance between the band room and the baseball field to the north of the middle and high schools. So we're going to ask you guys to come south on Comet Road to enter that location. And I have attached a link to the document that has a map in there so that you can check that out. If your student or any of our staff register 100.0 degree temperature or higher, they're not going to be allowed in the buildings. We will have designated quarantine areas throughout campus for those who exhibit a fever throughout the day. Once we are in the school buildings, the following procedures are going to be followed. So number 1, no parents or guardians are going to be allowed in the buildings without prior approval from the building office. Number 2, classroom space will be maximized to encourage distancing. Number 3, we're going to have one directional seating whenever possible. Number 4, all classrooms will incorporate seating charts. 5, masks and or face shields will be worn by all staff in the buildings, and we encourage students to wear them as well, but they are not mandatory. Number 6, all water fountains will be turned off. Any bottle filling stations will remain open and more will be installed as they become available throughout campus. We encourage you to send your student with a plastic reusable water bottle every day, but we're going to have other options depending on the site as well. Number 7, restrooms are going to be cleaned and sanitized throughout the day. We restructured our cleaning schedule so that we could clean them more regularly. We're also working on staggering bathroom times just depending on the site. Number 8, we're planning to serve breakfast and lunch in the cafeteria. We are altering times so that we'll have fewer students in the cafeteria and where they can distance more. We're also going to utilize some alternate locations for eating lunch just to spread the kiddos out. Number 9, we are instituting a campus-wide hand washing campaign in conjunction with local health agencies. So what happens if a student becomes sick during the day? Well, they're going to be moved to our quarantine area while waiting for parents and guardians to pick them up. If they can bring proof that they tested negative for COVID-19, then they're going to be allowed back after 3 days of no fever without the aid of any fever-reducing medication. If they do not bring proof that they have tested negative for COVID-19, they're going to be moved to our continuous learning model for 14 days at home. So the continuous learning model we actually spoke about in the first video in regards to our new absence policy, but we'll send out more information about that. But if you wanted to look it up, you can look at the previous video or the previous documentation that went out. We have policies in place for if a student receives a positive COVID-19 test, but those are going to go out with building-specific information later this week. We know you have tons of questions. However, many of them are going to be answered with our site-specific information going out. If you can feel free to call us at 580-223-9557 with any questions or concerns, or you can email the building administrators. Thank you.